What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, you guys are going to see video footage. I've got people that drew pictures of what they are describing as a large triangle craft in the sky. These are three separate occurrences, one by a pilot who saw it while he was flying an airplane above Maryland, three separate incidents by three different people that don't know each other. I have a drawing. In fact, I'll show you one of the two drawings that was sent in by Kelly B. She didn't have time to take a photo of the object that she saw, but she quickly drew a picture of this object that she saw in the nighttime sky. We're going to come back and take a look at the other photo in just a moment that aligns nearly perfectly with a man that saw a triangle craft of some sort in the daytime sky like the pilot. We'll come back and check out all of those very cool incidents here in just a moment. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Daniel Harlan out of Santa Rosa, California. More bright colors in the daytime sky, this time visible above California. Checking in on the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center, still rising. You can see a steady increase in solar activity. There have been 2 M-class solar flares in the last 24 hours. Looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, you can see more sunspots starting to appear on the Earth-facing side of the sun, and they are producing solar flares and CMEs. This is video footage from the SOHO LASCO C2 instrument, and you can see yesterday a large solar flare. That's the M-class solar flare that occurred on the southeastern limb of the sun, where the new sunspot is currently positioned at, that's turning towards the Earth right now as I do this video. These videos were sent in by Nelson Jenks out of Greensboro, North Carolina, who was involved in the very heavy rain and stormy conditions yesterday. Here's the LASCO C3. This is just a wider field of view from the same spacecraft that monitors the sun 24/7 from back here at the Earth. It orbits the sun with the Earth, so this view is from Earth's orbit looking at the sun, and this again is the LASCO C3, and you can see the large solar flare coming off the southeastern limb of the sun. So that's what's going on with the sun. We could see an increase in solar activity here in the next few days. And looking at the Schumann resonance, all quiet the last 24 hours. Not the situation over here at poweroutage.us. Wow, still have a ton of power outages. This is today following the giant storm that made its way up the entire east coast of the United States. In fact, it started near the Mississippi River and slowly worked its way up through Maine and Newfoundland, creating hundreds of thousands of power outages. At one point, there were over 400,000 customers without electricity. This was at one of the many peaks. I think maybe it got higher than this at one time, but when I took this screen grab, there were 62,000 customers in New York, nearly 80,000 in Pennsylvania, over 50,000 in Maryland, nearly 150,000 in North Carolina, where Nelson's at, 77,000 in South Carolina, where you're going to see some footage from the storm activity yesterday, and 60,000 in the state of Florida. Looking at the hail situation over here at hailreports.com. These are hail, wind reports, and tornado reports, and you can see a long line of high wind reports spanning several hundred miles up the East Coast. All of these little banners you see on here are reports that were reported. There were probably 10 times as many that weren't reported. You could see wind gusts of 80, 90 miles an hour reported. There's the tornado outbreak down in the Florida area, southern Alabama, southern Georgia. There was a tornado up here in the North Carolina area. Saw flooding in South Carolina. You guys are going to see video footage from both North and South Carolina. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. All in all, pretty quiet today, except for the very busy Mammoth Vault seismograph that always seems to have some sort of earthquake activity, and you can see there's about 7 or 8 spikes on there in the last 24 hours at Mammoth Vault. I want to take you guys to the East Coast. I received a couple of photos and videos from South Carolina and North Carolina. This photo was sent in by Charles from Spartanburg, South Carolina. You can see a car here off the side of the road almost completely submerged in what looks like 3 to 4 foot of standing water in South Carolina. I also have video footage from North and South Carolina. This first video was sent in by Nelson Jenks out of Greensboro, North Carolina. I put it in fast forward as he was driving down the road yesterday during the storm, and you can see very heavy rainfall in his location in Greensboro. And here's a look at the storm systems from satellite and radar. Satellite on the right, radar on the left, and here's a look at the big scorpion tail in the sky. When I took this screen grab, there were just over 300,000 customers without power due to the high winds and, of course, the tornadic activity that extended over 800 miles from the Florida Panhandle all the way up to New York. And here's the photo once again sent in by Charles out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, of a car alongside of the road, nearly submerged 100% by floodwaters. And here's a look at some floodwaters out of South Carolina. You can see this ditch here completely full, raging with floodwaters from the very heavy rains yesterday, all up and down the East Coast of the United States. I want to start off with a story from the East Coast of the United States out of Maryland. A baffling incident unfolded in the skies above Frederick County, Maryland, last month in December as a private pilot reported a mid-air encounter with a 30-foot tall triangular UFO. Newly released audio recordings reveal the pilot flying a Piper Cherokee Aero P-28R, registration N324, was flying from Allegheny County Airport in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Frederick Municipal Airport in Maryland at the time of the incident, which occurred on December 20th of 2023. Approximately 50 minutes into his flight, the pilot contacted air traffic controllers to report a sighting of an object he described as appearing to be approximately 30 foot tall as it passed him flying at about 6,500 to 6,800 feet as he was flying once again from Pittsburgh to Maryland. And here's a artist rendition of his encounter. This is what he described as seen in the sky from his airplane back on December 20th. And according to the photos and videos that I've received here in the last 2 or 3 days, it looks like there were other people that don't know each other that may have seen this same exact object. Check this out. I received a drawing from Kelly B, actually 2 drawings, and she sent in this drawing here of her encounter of a large triangular craft in the nighttime sky. This is the road that she was driving down. She even took the time to draw in the trees that were on both sides of the road and the stars in the sky and how this large triangle craft occupied most of her view of the nighttime sky. Check this out. This is a different person. Again, these people don't know each other. Adam Ward out of Bell, Florida. This video footage is from January 7th of 2024 at 2:26 p.m. Look at the similarities. Looks like he's in almost the same exact location as Kelly was, just at a different time of day, and quite possibly on a different day. I don't know exactly when Kelly had her encounter, but it looks like she had an encounter in the exact same place as Adam did back on January the 7th. Check this out. This is what he saw as he was driving down the road, once again in Bell, Florida. He looked up and saw a triangle craft in the daytime sky. It wasn't quite as big as what the pilot saw, but maybe it's from the altitude. But look at the stunning similarities. Looks like they may have been on the same road, just on a different day and at a different time. Here's the video footage by Adam. This is what he saw in the daytime sky. He said there's a perfect triangle up in the sky. I had to take the audio out because it had a song playing in the background on the radio, and that's what he said at that moment during the video. He said there's a perfect triangle up in the daytime sky. Again, the pilot, these 2 people, none of them know each other, but it looks like they may have seen the same mysterious craft in the sky. 2 sightings in the daytime sky. The pilot saw what he's describing as a 30-foot tall triangle in the daytime sky out along the East Coast between Pittsburgh and Maryland. This was spotted down in Florida by Adam, and then Kelly spotted something in the nighttime sky, which obviously looks like a massive triangle craft in the nighttime sky. And the way she was describing her encounter and what she drew on paper looks like the same exact area here where Adam spotted this in the daytime sky. What you're looking at is the original video, just in different formats. I was trying different techniques to possibly pull forward features that weren't visible in the original video, and we came up with about the same thing. There is definitely some sort of a pyramid, triangle-shaped object in the daytime sky that appeared to be stationary. It wasn't moving, wasn't making any noise, didn't have any blinking lights, so that would tell you more than likely that's some sort of a anti-gravity flying machine that was spotted in the daytime sky above Florida. Also, there was one spotted by a pilot above Maryland back on December 20th. I'd like to give a big shout out to the newest Star family members, Bella Tyler and Trevor O'Connor. Thank you guys. Welcome to the Star family. Amanda Landman, thank you for rejoining. I really appreciate that. If you guys would be interested in becoming Star family members, you can do so at the link provided down below in the description box and in the comment section of this video. Great job, guys. Keep the photos and videos coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports@mrmbb333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website. You can always find a link down below in the description box. Look for this red banner that says, "Have a large video." It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your video into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.